In today's story, we're going to get to see one of Jesus' disciples do something really amazing and then immediately fail at it. So Jesus had just dismissed the crowds, and he sent his disciples to go across the lake. But he decided to stay behind, and he was going to spend some time in prayer on the mountain because he wanted to pray by himself and wanted to be alone and spend time with God, which is why he came here in the first place. And he just got a little distracted with the crowds on the way. So he prays and he prays and he spends quite a long time in prayer. This night is a really stormy night. And so the disciples are there in the storm. There's lots of wind and lots of waves crashing against them. And they are struggling at the oars, trying to get across. And they don't really know where Jesus is. Jesus just told them to go without him. And Jesus decides he's going to go meet up with them. So he just, no problem, just starts walking across the lake, no big deal. And he's just going on and going on. And the winds and the waves are there too, but they don't really seem to bother him. And the disciples see Jesus coming. They say, "Oh, this is terrifying. I think that it's a ghost." But Jesus says to them, no, don't worry. It's not a ghost. It's just me. And Peter's there in the boat and he says, Jesus, if it's really you, please call me out. I want to walk on the water too. And so Jesus calls Peter out into the water with him. And Peter's there and he's walking on the water. But he looks around and he sees the wind and the waves and he starts to become afraid. And so he starts to sink. And as he starts to sink, Jesus reaches out and grabs his hand and helps him to get back into the boat. And he says, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt?" And as Peter and Jesus get back into the boat, all of the disciples are there and they see what has happened and they all fall down and they worship Jesus. I think this story teaches us so many things, and I would love to hear what you're learning from this story. What does this teach you about God and about humanity? I'm going to post my own response in the comments below, but I would love to see your response also. So please post below and let me know what you learned.